Say capitalism, James. And she cracked her whip on his back. No, Mommy, he howled in pain. Carlin hit him with her whip again. Whiteness means capitalism. The left wants to abolish capitalism that they can define as private property. Whiteness means capitalism. Whiteness means capitalism, the collective chanted. Carlin gritted her teeth. Sweat poured from her brow, and she slung the whip harder and harder with each blow. The collective mimicked her struggle, flinging their arms, gnashing their teeth, and sweating profusely. It means capitalism, James. You must say capitalism, Colin screamed, tears pouring from her eyes.
Joshua, what was that? What was that masterpiece that you were just reading?
I have no freaking idea.
What was it though, Joshua? What was it?
I guess that this is, let's see exactly what this is. It's called Red Summer? Is that pronounced correct?
Is it this fan fiction?
I believe this is
this brilliant fan fiction that has been written about me. What did you think of the fan fiction?
I find it highly disturbing.
You haven't seen Midsummer though, have you?
I have not seen Midsummer, and I think at this point I probably will not.
What would you think? What would you think if someone wrote a fan fiction like that about you?
I think they were insane.
Well, maybe James and his minions have a point, but Joshua, they've been I didn't write it though. They've been complaining like for 2 straight days on Twitter. Look at this. James is saying I have borderline personality disorder and I'm devaluing him because I retweeted a fan fiction. We've got James's fans. This one says you've got some kind of nerve retweeting this. They're all upset about it. We've got this person who's threatening to report me to YouTube for reading the fan fiction on my channel and telling people to make a sock account to post memes and James's replies. We've got this one. This one is saying, what did she say? Only a monster would write this fan fiction. And it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And it's like, I just don't think this is that big of a deal. It's a fan fiction. Am I wrong? Fiction. Am I just being too blasé about this?
Well, I mean, if you look at it, nobody really wants to have something like that written of themselves, right?
Well, I mean, people have said plenty of things about me on the internet that I didn't like.
Fair enough.
Also, I didn't write it.
You didn't write it.
I didn't even come up with the idea for it. It was sprung on me after it was already written. It's not my fault.
I know. I understand it wasn't your fault. However, I can understand James probably not liking it very much. I mean, he's being flogged and he's calling out for his mother. I mean, you know.
Well, I mean, one would say that he kind of deserves it.
For not saying capitalism?
Yes, exactly, for lying to millions of people about what's going on. I think a fan fiction where he is getting his ass beat by a literal whip and made to repent for his sins before being consumed by the Gnostic sex cult in a ritual sacrifice. I think this is like the very least of what James is owed for his transgressions.
Well, you make a living off of your opinion, so clearly they are valid. I don't know of the original. What's the original movie called?
Midsummer.
I've never saw that, and I'm not familiar with only from what I've heard from you in regard to Lindsay, Mr. Lindsay. But creative, very creative.
Well,
I hope he doesn't bleed. Does he bleed in it? I forget.
Well, I mean, he does get burned to death in a ritual sacrifice, so I would assume there would. I don't know, maybe not from the whip. Maybe the whip was more like a dominatrix whip and not like a real whip where it's like for fun and like maybe it hurts a little bit but not really.
Oh, okay. I get it. Yeah. All right. Well, is there going to be another installment released soon?
I don't know. That's really up to John Morgan, but I would say the reception that this isn't even his first fan fiction, but the reception that it's received has been, you know, it might warrant a sequel.
It might warrant a sequel.
Yeah.
We'll have to stay tuned.
So I have questions.
Oh, also, by the way, with AI video, this could be very interesting.
That's a really good point that I hadn't thought about, actually. Someone should work on that. But here's the thing. I have questions. Because I can see the view count on the actual fan fiction page.
Okay.
And it seems to me that only 41 people have actually read or at least clicked on the link for the fan fiction, Which to me says it's like if I see if someone sends a tweet about me and I go and it doesn't say nice things and I go and I look at the number of views on that tweet and it says 41 views, do you know what I do?
What?
I ignore it.
Yeah.
I ignore it because who the fuck cares?
Right. It's only 41 views. Yeah.
So there is now an entire horde of people that is like becoming unhinged on Twitter over a fan fiction that less than 4 dozen people have actually read. I mean, people have heard me read it and they've now, but they didn't actually go and read it.
Right,
So
right, right.
here's my question: is James really upset about this, or is he just being a dick?
I'm really upset about this. James really being upset about. Is James really upset about this? James really upset about this. And say when?
When?
Is James really upset about this fan fiction? I wouldn't say upset. I feel like if anything with the Two of Wands, you know, he's feeling a certain push. The Two of Wands is about like that push-pull, that back and forth where you're sort of competing against somebody. So I feel like, you know, this is a card of personal power. You know, he has to sort of expect that being in the public eye. He does have a judgment against it.
No, I would say he does.
The World card, I wouldn't say that he's necessarily upset. However, the Judgment card is about taking a definite step. It's usually about taking a definite step. So I don't think he's pleased. And I would say with Two of Wands, he's probably going to be, he feels like, you know, this is like that Battle of Wills. Remember when you were a kid? I don't know if you girls played this, but we used to try to press each other's like fingers back.
I vaguely remember that game, yeah.
And you'd say mercy.
Yep.
And whoever, like, or uncle, I guess. Mercy, I remember playing.
I bet you love that game.
I love that game. I was pretty good at it too. Because the thing is, you got to just put your back into it. Yeah, Two of Wands. He it's his personal power. I think he's more annoyed by it. But it'll be interesting to see what he winds up doing. Because with the Judgment card, there's definitely a taking of a step. So I wonder if he might write fan fiction of his own or somehow
do it. If James does anything, it's like, there's nothing really James can do about this. James can cry into a corner or whatever the fuck. But if James wants to like come after me for retweeting something that I didn't even write, while at the same time publicly defaming me by insinuating that I have borderline personality disorder because I retweeted a fan fiction. Like, I really think I'm pretty well positioned on this one. People write fan fictions on the internet. It was funny. I honestly wasn't even paying that close attention to it until they started complaining about it.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it's a blip on the screen. I mean, you all are having fun. I'd like to think that everybody's laughing about this.
We're not actually gonna burn James in a ritual sacrifice.
Well, that's very good. I'm very glad.
I mean, I barely leave my house, Joshua. I'm just not that motivated.
You're not that motivated.
I don't care.
My matches, gasoline.
We'd have to find a clearing or something where we could set up. Like, it's just too much work. It's too much energy.
It's too much work. I think as long as everybody's having fun and everybody knows that at the end of the day, it's just, you know, schoolyard antics. I don't think it's a bad thing.
All right.
Hey, well, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, it is kind of flattering, I would think, on some level that somebody would be taking the time to write fan fiction. Like if somebody wrote fan fiction about you, I guess in this instance he did, but if it was from another source, how would you feel about it?
I mean, I probably just ignore it and not care that much because it's a dumb fan fiction.
Yeah.
Let people enjoy it. Fan fiction's supposed to be fun. Who cares? Lots of people have said lots of things about me on the internet that are untrue and ridiculous and hurtful and defamatory. And it's like, guess what? You survived.
And this is clearly farce, I'd like to think.
Yes, it is clearly a parody satire based on a movie we watched on Sunday.
Right.
Like, it's not like this was some long hatched plan or something. We watched a movie. John Morgan wrote a fan fiction that takes 5 minutes to read. Yeah. And now it's blown up on the internet to tens of thousands of views on Twitter with people complaining and reeing when no one's actually read the damn thing.
Right.
Anyway, I have one more question about the fan fiction because James contrary to what he seems to believe, was not actually the star of the fan fiction. I was the star of the fan fiction,
Very good.
as it should be, followed by Sophie, our ginger dragon, favorite abolish the family socialist. And
Oh, yes.
yes,
Okay.
the redhead, also an Aries, had a
Right.
birthday
I
recently.
like that girl. I like her look. I don't know her, but she looks like a sweet girl.
I know, I agree. Happy birthday, Sophie. Sophie didn't like it when we wished her happy birthday on Twitter. I can't imagine why.
Oh no.
We
That's terrible.
can't do anything right. Anyway, John Morgan did tag Sophie in the fan fiction, and I'm wondering if Sophie read the fan fiction. Did she investigate what this was about?
Let's see. Since she is I think she's second billing, right?
Yeah, I think Sophie is the co-star of the fan fiction next to me.
Yeah. She could be up for best supporting actress in a fan fiction.
She definitely had a bigger role than James.
Okay. So did Sophie read the fan fiction, right?
Did Sophie read the fan fiction?
And say when, please.
When?
I think that she did.
Yeah. What did she think of the fan fiction?
Well, I don't think that she was.
She wasn't happy either.
I don't think so. No.
Did we get the tower or something, or the Ten of Swords?
No, nothing that bad. You get Ace of Diamonds, so I think that she's probably just a practical person, and if there's like fan fiction with her tagged in it, she probably wants to investigate. So the practical part of her, you got the pleasure card, so she may have thought it was like innocent, perhaps juvenile, which she has a fair point. However, you also have the Five of Wands, so I don't think it's helping her cause, whatever that might be, or it might just be like a hassle for her. I take it that Sophie probably is not the type that wants to wind up in some fan fiction. I mean, really, who does?
Yeah, and again, like, I didn't write the fan fiction, and I can understand Sophie's trepidation about being featured in the fan fiction as a love interest of me, or her being in, because that's basically what it was. Like, she was kind of in love with me in the fan fiction, and she took me off to her hippie commune.
Oh, right.
So I can understand why she might not be happy with that, or why it might not further her cause, but it was just for fun.
The price of celebrity.
Yeah, exactly, Sophie. God, I'm like the nicest anti-communist to Sophie on the internet, and it's still not good enough. I just don't know. I don't know what to say, Joshua.
That's really a shame. So she has rebuked your advances.
She has rebuked my advances. She won't answer my. Well, actually, I haven't tried to DM her in a while, but she has not spoken to me in a while, and I invited her on the channel, and she never got back to me. It was very upsetting.
That's a shame. I would like to think that you would be very, very nice to her.
Of course, I would be very nice to Sophie. We would all be psyched if Sophie came on the channel.
Wouldn't that be wonderful?
I didn't tell you. I'm talking to communists on Saturday.
Ooh.
I have two Revolutionary Party of America communists that have agreed to come onto Socialism Saturday for a live socialism talk.
Well, that's pretty awesome.
I know. Maybe if this goes well, Sophie will reconsider.
Yeah, I think you should reach out to her, because I mean, it could be fun. Just explain to her, look, she can disconnect the stream anytime she wants. All she needs to do, if she is not happy with the way things are going,
leave.
Yeah.
Leave. It's like a safe word. It's like a safe word,
I guess you could use that.
I should say that specifically. Be like, Sophie, it's the perfect safe word. All you need to do is leave the browser.
You just need to leave, and you could tell her, I even though we have different perspectives, I really like you, and I think that we should get together. I think that could be really fun and sweet, and I think two Aries hanging out together is awesome. Because they have a natural, like, two Aries when they're together, there's like a natural respect for each other.
I think Sophie's afraid of how much she likes me. I think she is.
That could be. You are very charismatic and charming.
And she doesn't want anyone to know that she likes me.
That's possibly very true.
Can we see if Sophie's ever going to come on the channel? And
yeah,
then we'll do actual questions, I guess.
Let's see. I hope Sophie does. Let's see.
It would be like the best stream ever.
That would be really nice, yeah. Mm-hmm. Would Sophie ever come on Carlin's channel?
Would Sophie ever come on my channel?
Sophie ever come on Carlin's channel? Sophie at the Promo Cards channel. Sophie at the Promo Cards channel. And say when, please.
When?
Let's see.
Everyone cross their fingers.
Fingers crossed. I think she may.
She might? Why do you say that?
Well, we have the victory card.
Yay!
And I think that you have, you've proven that you are, a fan of hers, of sorts, right? There's going to be some kind of logic. So the Ace of Swords, somebody has to do something, and you want to appeal to her logical sense. And then you get Lord of Perfected Work. This is definitely a nice stream that you have going on here with Four of Wands. I think it's worth a go.
I think it would be the greatest stream that Sophie has ever done in her life, and she should come on my show. And she's going to see how nice I'm going to be. And she's going to see how nice I'm going to be to communists this weekend. It's going to be great. The communists are going to come on. They're going to say what they want to say. I'm going to ask them some questions. Mm-hmm. It's going to be cordial.
And you can show how two people of varying viewpoints can actually get along and hold a nice conversation, correct?
Exactly. No one has to be yelling. Like there's no need for that. We disagree on some pretty important things, but I kind of think they've already won anyway. So really, why am I going to try to piss them off?
Right, exactly. It could be a nice discourse.
I'm just trying to prepare for the Marxist utopia, Joshua. It's a practical thing.
It's a practical thing. Got to do what you got to do.
Well, guys, welcome to Nothing Remotely Controversial. This is a show that Joshua and I do on Tuesday nights at 9:30, where we talk about the news and whatever's going on in the world. And Joshua, who's a professional psychic, uses his psychic and astrology and tarot card prowess to help us peer beneath the surface and see what's really going on. And we do take your questions on this show, but it's kind of a weird night, Joshua, because apparently there's some error message in the YouTube chat. And people, okay, here's what I'm gonna do, because people are saying a bunch of us got unsubscribed midstream. Fuck you, YouTube. Seriously. And then Sin is saying I got unsubscribed and won't let us chat or like. So something is going on with the stream on YouTube. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna open up the stream so that you don't have to be subscribed to the channel. Carol got unsubscribed too. What the hell's going on? Why is everyone getting unsubscribed from my channel? Hang on. I'm opening up the channel so that everyone can chat in regardless of if you're subscribed or not. So just reload. Al says reboot the app. It fixed it. Oh. Maria says it won't let. Okay, so now it looks like so apparently this is just a massive YouTube thing. People are saying that they've lost every subscription.
Oh, okay. Well, that's a relief. It's not just you.
Look, Potato's here. Hi, Potato.
Hi, Potato.
Joshua, can we do a special question as people are kind of working this out in the chat? Okay, it seems like people are actually able to chat in now, which is good, in progress. Oh, cool. But Potato got his channel banned on Kick yesterday, and he's having some feelings about it. He's having a tough time. It's a big blow to get your channel banned, and I feel really bad for him. I want to know, like, how are things? We got to throw Potato a freebie. Like, how are things gonna go for Potato with streaming? Like what? Like, is it gonna be okay even with him getting his channel banned?
Let's see. Will he get his channel reinstated? Is that the question?
Yeah, or like how is? Well, I guess. Yeah, let's look at that. Will Potato get his Kick channel reinstated?
Will Potato get his channel reinstated? And say when, please.
When.
Okay. Fingers crossed.
Fingers crossed for Potato.
It's not looking good. No, I feel I don't know what he did to get banned, but it looks like he crossed the line.
Oh no.
Yeah. But he can try as he might with the Queen of Wands, right? But you got Ten of Swords here. So
oh no, that's not gonna go well.
I would say probably start a new channel.
Yeah, Potato, maybe you should just start a new Kick channel, Potato. Just start a new channel.
It's good to have a backup just in case. Anyway,
he's also on Rumble. He streams other places, but
okay.
So, all right, Potato. Well, you got to come up with another plan, bro. Deb says this is Mercury retrograde. True enough. True enough. All right, let's get to some questions. Let's see.
Some questions.
Deb says, Is the View TV show being paid to push Biden's record?
Ooh, that's a very good question, Deb.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Or are they just morons? Let's see. Is the View TV show being paid to push Biden's record? Is the View TV show being paid to push Biden's record? Is the View TV show being paid? And say when, please.
When?
Let's see. Is the View TV show being paid to push Biden's record?
Yep.
I wouldn't say paid. I would say there's a little bit of pressure. Like
like soft control.
Exactly. Like it would be really great if you did this. So, and that's the thing. Even though I know The View takes place in New York, it's one of those things. Well, sometimes people give you a suggestion, but it's really not a suggestion. It's coming out as a suggestion, and it's being posed as a suggestion, but it really is do this.
It's like yeah, exactly. I understand.
Yeah. And I think there's a certain level of judgment, like we better do this or else. And they also might have their own. But you have the disappointment card, so that's interesting. I feel like there's mild duress. Are they actually being paid? No. To tout his record? No. But I think that there's a certain push. I think that they definitely have conversations. It would be interesting to see who the executive producer is now, because Barbara went bye-bye.
I mean, she went bye-bye a long time ago.
Yeah.
But even then, it was still leftist. Anyway, moving on. Bocephus wants to know, will Claudia, how do we say that name?
Sheinbaum?
Sheinbaum. Will Claudia Sheinbaum be Mexico's next president?
Let's see. Claudia Sheinbaum. Mexico's next president. Claudia Sheinbaum. And say when, please?
When?
Say. Wealth, success, victory. It's looking good.
That sounds really good, actually. I don't know. Is that good or bad?
Really good. You got the 10 of Pentacles, which is wealth. So she has support from a lot of people. You have the success card, which is a shift in power. And then you have the victory card. So there's probably going to be something around her competitor, the opposing candidate, that is good for her.
But Mac B says it's bad if she wins. Is she a socialist or something? I don't know. Claudia is a leftist. Boo! Bad Cat says, all my subscriptions are gone. They're going to come back, guys. YouTube is having something's going on. They're going to come back. Everyone relax.
It's just Mercury retrograde.
Just Mercury retrograde is breaking YouTube.
Everything's going to be all
right.
Right.
It's going to be fine. It's going to be fine. Deb also wants to know, is the podcaster Dutch Sense being targeted by our government agencies? All he does is report on earthquakes all over the globe with predictions. Why would he be targeted by the government?
Maybe because he could be breaking a story about the government causing these earthquakes.
Maybe.
Let's see. Is Dutch Sense being targeted by our government agencies? And say when, please.
When?
Let's see. Is Dutch Sense being targeted by our government agencies? No, I don't think so. I think that their hands are tied. I don't think they can really do anything to him, or they're not feeling as if they can. You got the Ace of Diamonds, practical stuff, Knight of Cups. I don't think so. I don't think that he's worth their time.
Well, we psychic last week. The government doesn't control the weather or anything.
Oh, did we? Oh, that's a relief. That's good.
They might want to control the weather, but they don't.
They don't. Yeah.
How
is it in New Hampshire now?
It's hot as hell. I'm really not happy about this. It's April and it's already really hot in my office.
Today was 79 in LA.
But it's probably cooler there than here.
I think so. I think LA is actually cooler than New Hampshire, which is so funny.
I
Yeah.
hate the heat, Joshua. Like the winter's so much better. I get to put a heater on. It's like at my feet. It feels so nice.
I bet you
I
like the
hate
fall
the
too.
I do like the fall. Like I
Oh,
like the summer in theory because I like the beach, but
mhm.
I don't like it in my office.
I get that. Do you tan easily?
I'm kind of like I have to do the Irish thing, which is that I burn and then I get
Mhm.
really tan and then I can tan on top of the tan and I'm
Ooh.
fine. But I have to burn first and then it rolls back.
Okay, right
Do
on.
you understand that? You're Irish too, but you're also Italian, so
Yeah, I tan pretty easily. Although, yeah, sometimes I'll get a burn, depending on how much I'm out there in the sun. Yeah.
yeah. All right, moving on. You're gonna like this question. Will the eclipse in Aries still continue to bring secrets to light?
Well, funny you should ask.
Ooh.
We have on Shakespeare's birthday a full moon in Scorpio. Now, the full moon brings things to light, and that could be a reverb of the eclipse. But Scorpio is all about like secrets, and it's a full moon. So I feel like the 23rd, the April 23rd full moon will bring stuff to light, and it's probably going to be an echo of the eclipse for sure. Yeah.
And
Look at themes pertaining to authority, because again, the North Node is in Aries, and it was conjunct the solar eclipse, right? What does that mean? It means all of us had this new beginning in terms of well, the North Node wasn't. Sorry, Chiron was, but the North Node is in Aries. Chiron was conjunct the solar eclipse, so it's all about like healing, especially healing Aries energy, which is authority energy, because there's a lot of stuff that's around that needs healing. So what you're going to probably find is people in power who have abused their power, so we can heal that woundedness, and then realize, okay, we have to be our own authority. Okay, what's next?
People in power would never abuse their power. That would never happen, Joshua. What are you talking about?
Never. But
Hey.
that's why I think the North Node is in Aries as well as Chiron, because we're all having to be our own authority, because that's the most practical thing to do.
Well, speaking of Shakespeare's birthday, it seems as though you have something on Shakespeare's birthday. What are you doing?
I do. I'm having Shakespeare scopes.
What does that mean?
So it's essentially horoscopes and taroscopes, but we're going to be utilizing Shakespearean plays to tell you what you need to know. And because it's Scorpio, it's going to be a lot of skeletons. So if you like skeletons and you like Shakespeare and you like astrology, you'll have to join me Thursday night at 9 p.m. Eastern for Thursday Night Lights.
What Shakespeare plays for Aries?
I don't think I've decided yet. It might be The Tempest.
Oh, I don't know. I never read that one.
Oh, there's still time. You get till Thursday.
Well, I'll work on that.
You'll work on it. Yeah.
Very hard. All right, moving on. Let me see. What's next? Do dogs have personality traits based on the zodiac like humans do? What a good question.
They do. I mean, I've had pets, and yeah, like my Justin was such a Taurus, and
you had a dog named Justin?
I did. I had him. He was the runt of the litter. He was golden retriever, and he was just adorable and all love, just like golden retrievers are. But he was very, very possessive. And when I got another dog,
what was his name?
Seamus. Yeah. So so Justin got very, very upset, and Justin was very, very possessive. And that was very, very Taurus. And he was a foodie. Justin was a foodie. But yeah, dogs do have personality traits. My friend had a dog who was an Aquarius, and she was very like ice queen and bitchy. Yeah, you'll see that.
Can you psychic what dogs are thinking?
I've never tried.
Or like how they feel. Do you want to try to psychic my dog?
I would try. I think I probably could. I'm earthy enough to connect with animals for sure.
Can you try to psychic my dog for real?
Yes. Which one?
Why not? Let's do Honey. Honey's the Chihuahua, so she has to be first.
How old is Honey?
Honey is 12 years old, almost 13.
Okay. So I feel like she could use a little bit of massaging around like the neck region. I feel like her joints could use a little bit of extra TLC. You might want to Reiki her.
Okay.
I would Reiki Honey. Otherwise, I feel like Honey has a very active imagination or dream life and like sees things or imagines seeing things. I would think Honey actually may see ghosts or figures.
That makes a lot of sense because Honey's the dog that will sit at the window and look out over the driveway and bark at nothing. And we
Yeah.
always say, we're like, there's a ghost. It's another ghost. You're barking at another ghost. But she's like adamant there's something there.
Yeah. But I feel like there could be, it might be the weather changing, but I feel like her joints, like she probably is not as active as she had been, because her joints, I think, can get aggravated. It's almost like loosening up a joint can make it painful but it actually needs to be loosened, if that makes sense.
I have a specific question about Honey.
Yeah.
So Honey does not like it when I pick her up at all. She's totally fine when Victor does it, but like for me, she's like she does not like it, and she like growls at me and all this stuff. But it's not real growling; it's like play growling. You know what I'm saying? It's like she's saying like cut that shit out. Like, why doesn't Honey like to be picked up by me specifically?
That's a really good question.
We're just making the entire show about me and my dogs. Don't mind me.
Let's see. Why doesn't Honey like to be picked up by Carlin? And say when?
When?
Interesting. Okay. Let's see. So is Victor usually around when you do that?
Yes.
Okay. So dogs think that you have the same character defects as they do because they get jealous. So with the Justice card and the King of Cups and the 10 of Pentacles, because they spend more time together, she's doing this to play, to make Victor feel better. Like, I don't want her to do this. I don't want her to do this. Yeah.
That's so funny.
She's protecting her relationship with Victor because she thinks Victor's going to get mad and jealous. So that's why she's not like being really, really aggressive when you do that, but she's trying to like show Victor like, this is not my idea. This is not my idea.
That is so funny. You know why she does that? Because Victor is the one that feeds them.
Yeah.
But Honey has gotten much more agreeable since I started making like this breakfast sandwich with like goat cheese on it, and like I let them lick the goat cheese off my fingers because I like and ever since I started doing that, Honey has gotten so much more agreeable around me because now she's learned that she can get cheese from me.
Yeah, I mean that's pretty awesome.
That's so funny. Honey wants to protect Victor's feelings by letting him know she's not betraying him.
At the same time, it's like you have to be in this like, well, it's like almost meeting two people that you know from different areas. You have to come up with like a combination you. So she's growling, but she's not like fierce about it.
That's so funny. I can't wait to explain that to Victor later. It makes actually so much sense, but I just never thought of it before.
Who's your other dogs? What's the other dog's name?
Kobe.
Kobe. K?
Kobe, like Kobe beef.
Oh, what a great name. Kobe.
All right. We'll do Kobe next time. Kobe is a boy. He's a Chiweenie.
Ooh.
All right. Let's move
on.
Younger
than Honey? One last question about your dog.
That's okay.
Kobe is younger than Honey?
Kobe is a year younger than Honey, yeah.
Okay.
And we thought that Honey was going to be really upset when we brought Kobe home, but like Honey's a Chihuahua and she just required a lot of attention. And so at some point I was like, Honey needs a friend. But like Honey, we also didn't know if Honey was going to like another dog in her space. So we got Kobe, who's a Chiweenie, a Chihuahua Dachshund mix. And we were all afraid about it. And then we brought Kobe home and they just started playing together. And it just worked. But Honey is the boss of the relationship.
Okay, well, that makes sense if she's older.
Kobe is the sneaky little bastard.
Okay. Do you know their signs?
Oh, God. I would have to think about it. I don't remember off the top of my head. We'll do that next time.
Okay, we'll do that next time.
Cool. Maybe we'll have some extra time so we can do more dog questions later. Ooh. Everyone's going to be sending in super chats for dog questions now.
Oh, that's fun.
You should do a whole dog episode.
Ooh, that's a really good idea.
All right. Deb wants to know, per Salty Dog in the chat, will Trump attend Barron's high school graduation? So apparently a judge has said that Trump has to be in court on the day of Barron's high school graduation, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it could be good for Barron. I mean, if your father was Donald Trump, would you necessarily want him? I mean, it would create a lot of pomp and circumstance.
Yeah, but like it's also your father, and just because Barron's like 8 feet tall doesn't mean he doesn't want his father at his graduation.
That's true. Well, let's see. Will Trump attend Barron's high school graduation? Will Trump attend Barron's high school graduation? And say when?
When?
Let's see. Will Trump attend Barron's High School graduation? I don't think so. I mean, it's going to be very tough. If he wants to do it, if he goes, it's going to be very difficult.
Oh.
Yeah. He might be in court.
Boo.
And besides, she's going to be there.
Melania's going to be there. It'll be fine.
Might be like, I mean, if I was Melania, I'd be like, you know what? Like, you cause enough trouble. You can like stay
Donald,
home.
Go to court, Donald. It's
court.
Okay, Donald.
It's okay. Barron doesn't like you anyway. Just
I have a follow-up question about Barron. How does Barron feel about being so tall? Because Barron is like, he's kind of disturbingly tall. Like there's like, you know what I'm saying? Like there's some tall that's good, and then it gets into creepy territory at some point, and Barron is kind of in creepy territory.
Well, what's interesting is we all choose how we look before we get here. So even if we're not happy with our looks, we chose it for a particular reason. So that would be interesting to find out why he chose to come in. And it's like, what is he? 6'6"?
He's really effing tall.
Yeah. So how does he feel about his height?
How does Barron feel about his height?
How does Barron feel about his height? How does Barron feel about his height? How does Barron feel about his height? And say when?
When?
Let's see. Ace of Wands, Nine of Pentacles. I think he's finally growing into it. So he created a new identity, and that's the thing. Like, I think that it probably was uncomfortable for him for a while, but now he's creating a new identity. So maybe, I don't know, he'll go into modeling or something that helps. I mean, everything helps with a lot of height for a guy. He could go into finance, he could go into law. I think he's happy with it now. And then with Queen of Swords, I think it's about, you know, the roles that he needs to play. I think that, you know, I think that he's growing into it, and he's better with it now than he was previously, for sure.
All right. Fair enough. Let's move on to Bot. Did any major disasters or stuff like that happen on March 27th that we don't know about?
Interesting.
What was March 27th?
I don't know.
Bot, why March 27th? There's got to be some logic behind that day.
We knew about the boat thing. Was that on the 25th or the 27th?
I don't know.
Remember what I'm talking about, right?
No.
We showed it on the show.
The boat thing?
Was it a boat? The bridge.
The bridge. That's way different than a boat, Joshua.
But wasn't the boat that made the bridge collapse?
Bot says yes, it was, but I didn't think of it as the boat thing. I thought of it as the bridge thing. Bot says, because that's the day I took a nap and woke up and thought I died.
Oh, maybe you did die, Rod.
So is there any reason, maybe we should ask this question instead of the disaster question, because the disasters question is silly. Is there any reason that Bot woke up and thought she was dead? Is the real question.
Let's see. Any reason Bot woke up, thought she was dead. And say when, please.
When? Christ, Bot.
Interesting. So you got 3 of discs. I think this was some kind of work that was done in your dreams. A lot of work can take place while you're sleeping. And I think you probably met with some people who were dead with the 10 of Pentacles.
Bot had a meeting with the dead?
I think you had a meeting with the dead.
Wow.
Well, I mean, there are a lot of times visitations. You don't remember your dreams, but dead people visit a lot. Like a lot. And then you got the Swiftness card. So I feel like it was Swiftness is about like changing directions, and it's also about a lot of things happening and a lot of activity. So I feel like in her dream state, she probably met with spirit guides or certain people, and because she was with them and she consciously knew that they were dead, she realized that she thought that she was dead too, but then she realized, I'm not dead.
Could it be that she was like in this meeting with the dead, but then something like jarred her to like wake her up, and she woke up too quickly and she thought she was still in the meeting with the dead?
Yeah. I think that's a better way of explaining it. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yep. All right. Bot's meeting with dead people. No big deal. Moving on. Kelsey has a very uplifting question. Are we in World War III because of Israel? The government of Israel, not the Jews. The government of Israel.
Let's see. Are we in
Different.
WW3?
Are we in World War III?
And say when, please.
When?
Let's see. Are we in World War III? No. I think a lot of it is going to depend on what winds up happening next. Because I feel like you got the King of Wands. I think this is Iran, right?
Yeah,
The
that would
leader-
be Iran. Yeah.
Iran.
I would think
And then you
so.
get the King of Cups, which is Biden most likely. And, you know, there's a bold move here. So I feel like, you know, the latest was, we're not going to help you with that, is what the U.S. has said, right?
Yep. Mm-hmm. I mean, could the King of Wands be Israel? Or Netanyahu?
That's a good question.
What is Bibi Netanyahu's birthday? Can someone Google that real quick?
Yeah, that's a
Hang
good
on.
question.
What is Bibi Netanyahu's birthday? October 21st.
Okay, so he's probably Libra.
That doesn't work.
This is
with
the
that
guy, the Israel guy?
Yeah.
That's so fascinating. Interesting.
Huh.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we're not in
So
World
we
War
feel
III yet.
justified, that's for sure.
Well, I guess we'll see. Moving on, Boceviz, I'm actually really glad you asked this question because I saw this video earlier today. There is
Hold on 1 second. I just wanted to tell you, with our World War III
Go
thing,
back.
with
Sorry.
the Ace of Wands,
Yeah.
The Ace of Wands always has to do with somebody doing something. Like like it's not going to happen.
Oh, they have to actually do something.
If somebody takes a bold move, you know, because there could be somebody else getting involved in this. But right now we have two men. The King of Wands, a fiery guy and a watery guy, and the communications between them is going to result in this. So the potential is there. I will say that. But no, we're not in it right now.
All right. Fair enough. All right. Moving on to gay Tupac. There is a video of a 17-year-old Tupac Shakur going around, and he is very un-thug-like. He was a theater kid. Joshua was Tupac light in the loafers.
Light in the loafers.
Have you seen this video?
I have not.
He definitely looks gay. He
Ooh,
looks gay. He talks gay. His mannerisms are gay.
It looks like a duck.
I was like,
like a
there's
duck.
no fucking way Tupac is not gay. No way.
Well, you gotta remember, in the black community, it's not, you know, it's not cool to be gay, especially then.
Well, but that's
I mean?
all the more reason because he was 17 years old in the video and he was just talking into the camera and it was like, there is no way he was straight. No way. No. No.
Was he
My
light in the
gaydar is honed. Gay men fucking love me.
Okay, let's see here. He was a theater kid. That's definitely
That says a lot.
That's a sign.
It
That's
is.
a sign.
Mhm.
John was Tupac light in the loafers. Tupac gay. Was Tupac gay? Because he's dead now, right?
Yes, he's dead. You're not going to offend him.
Never know.
Wow.
And say when? Whoa.
Exactly.
Say when?
What? Did you
I will
just
tell
get hit in
you
the face
this.
with gay?
Sorry?
Did you just get hit in the face with his cock or something? What the fuck just happened?
No, I feel like it's a very, very sexual energy, and I don't think that I feel like it's anything with a pulse. You know those people?
Oh.
Like, I feel like I'm not even familiar with Tupac at all, but it's a hyper sexual energy. Hyper. So I would say yes.
So he was everyone. Just everyone.
I think so. You got the King of Swords, which is balanced. This is Libra. I would say bisexual, probably. You got Page of Swords, which is about manipulation or lying and not being forthright. But did he get it on?
He got it on. He got it on quite a bit with everyone, apparently.
The sexual energy is really, really intense. Like,
I've never seen you react like that to a question before.
Well, it's a very palpable sexual energy. Clearly, like this guy, he was not. So I wouldn't call him light in the loafers. I think if anything, just maybe even like just hypersexualized.
Huh. Well, Deb has a follow-up question, so I'm going to move this one forward. Was that video AI that we saw?
Oh, interesting.
Was it a trick?
What's that video AI? What's that video AI? And say when?
When?
Let's see. Death, Prudence, Tower? Possible. I would say so. I mean, certainly something looks to have been manipulated because
Whoa.
what was let me just I gotta see his face. Hold on. I just gotta see
All
his
right.
face. Tupac. Huh. I would be very I can see a little bit. He has a feminine looking, like he has feminine features.
You got to watch this video. I'm going to send you this video.
Okay. It's very possible. Interesting. Huh. Yeah. I don't know. It's interesting. With the death card, we're talking about secrets. With the prudence card, I don't know. I kind of feel like it's not AI though, not with the tower card, because it would be more of a surprise of like this. He was like this. Do you know what I mean? As opposed to it being AI.
I don't think it was AI. I don't think it was
AI. No.
It's too perfect.
Too perfect.
All right, Starseed wants to know. I just asked you about this before the show. I've heard Princess Kate was unalived and is a clone.
Oh.
How is our Princess Kate doing, Joshua?
Joshua
just loves to be asked this question over and over and over and over and over again. It's like his favorite question that he's ever psychicked before, ever.
Kate's gonna be fine. Okay, and my theory is this: that everybody wanted to be Diana. Like Diana was first. She's the prototype, and you can't be more of a martyr than Diana. Like it's very, very difficult, unless you have something like Cancer, right?
Yeah,
so
Cancer
it's kind of
trumps Cancer.
Yeah,
exactly.
And you know what's really kind of interesting?
What?
Diana was a Cancer zodiac sign, and Kate Middleton is a Capricorn, which is the opposite of Cancer. So there's a natural. Ew. Isn't that fascinating?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And yeah, well, there is a link between Cancer and Mother and Cancer and Mother. It's fascinating. It's fascinating. But is Princess Kate unalived and a clone? Let's see.
If you get the lovers, I'm going to laugh.
And say when?
When?
Kate unalive and a clone. Swiftness, 4 of discs, 3 of discs.
No.
She's alive. I feel like she's just, this is a wonderful obviously, Cancer's terrible. Awful. I get it. However, it does allow her to keep more to herself. There are some benefits. If we create our own reality, we also create our own Cancer. So there must be some kind of benefit to getting it. I would say being part of a royal family, that's kind of that's better than having your name splashed across the sleazy tabloid. She's now off limits. Off limits, I would think.
I bet she's taking a vacation. She's enjoying being around the kids.
Yeah.
Like, exactly. Leave her alone.
Leave her alone. She's great.
Let's see. Bosevich says this Shine Bomb woman is a very bad globalist. Well, that's too bad. Mexico is effed. MacB says, will Carlin get her charity boxing matches? So we revisited the charity boxing match today on my stream, Joshua. Do you remember the charity boxing match?
Will you refresh me, Carlin?
So remember when Carrie Smith was causing me all of that bullshit, and I got pissed off, and I said, I would never beat someone up, but I would challenge you to a charity boxing match in which we both raise money for charity and then we box. So it's consensual violence. So if you want to have a charity boxing match, I will absolutely have a charity boxing match with you. And then Carrie declined because Carrie knows I would win. And then at some point, for some reason, I challenged Lydia, who used to be on Tim Pool's show, to a charity boxing match. And then someone tattled on me and super chatted into Timcast and said, Carlin challenged Lydia to a charity boxing match, and no one understood that it was a joke.
Right.
but she didn't accept it either because I also would have kicked Lydia's ass. But no one ever takes me up on the offer for a charity boxing match, Joshua.
That's
Will
a
I
shame.
ever? I agree. I feel like it would be great motivation for me to go back to the gym and get my ass in shape.
Yep.
Like, will anyone ever take me up on a charity boxing match?
Let's see. Will anyone ever take Carlin up on a charity boxing match? And say when?
When?
Ace of Swords, Seven of Swords, Ace of Wands.
No, I'm never getting a charity boxing match, Joshua.
I think with the Ace of Swords, like it has to be more like formalized and formulated. You have the Seven of Swords, so I think people would be sneaking away and probably not keen on it. But you do have the Ace of Wands, so it's possible. I think if it's publicized enough, there's enough planning, or you recruit people, or I feel like it would take a lot of work for that to actually happen.
I just want it to be in like an old time boxing ring with like the floorboards and just like the one strand of rope that's going around.
Ooh.
I don't ask for too much.
Would you have fun? Would it be fun for you?
Oh, I would have. Listen, man, if Carrie Smith took me up on charity boxing match at Joshua, that would be like the greatest day of my life. I would have so much fun. Like I don't know that Carrie would have a lot of fun, but I would have a lot of fun. I'm still carrying around feelings from all that bullshit, okay? But
what is love flows, what is not goes.
We only engage in consensual violence. If Carrie doesn't want to get violent, then we don't need to have a charity boxing match. Yeah. It's not that big of a deal, all right?
Exactly.
Jesus. Yeah. Bot wants to know if there was a Gnostic sex cult, would James Lindsay join it?
No, he wouldn't.
No?
No.
No?
No, we're not going to pull cards on James Lindsay getting involved in this cult.
Okay.
You know better than this, Bot. We've gone over this before.
Fine. I'm not going to push it. Deb wants to know, will Fani Willis, the DA in Georgia, get prosecuted for her crimes?
Now, why would that happen?
I have no idea. Fani has done nothing wrong, Joshua. I don't know what you're talking about.
Disgrace. Let's see. Fanny, you say Fanny. I say Fanny.
Fanny?
I think that's how you're supposed to say it. Oh, well, Fanny. I think it is Fanny. I think Fanny would be FNN.
No, Fanny would be FAWNI. Fanny.
Fani Willis, the DA in Georgia. Will she get prosecuted for her crimes?
Will Fanny get prosecuted for her crimes?
Will Fanny get prosecuted? I almost said, will Fanny get prosecuted for her fanny? Prosecuted for her crimes. Let's see. And say when?
When?
Will Fanny get prosecuted for her crimes?
She will. Yeah. Tower.
You know, yeah, I feel like she's keeping a very low profile with the hangman. So I feel like this is sort of like, you make another move, we're going after you type thing, right?
What are the other cards?
5 of discs.
Yes.
I mean,
she knows it. She knows.
Yeah. And they get King of Cups.
Mm-hmm.
So I would say, yeah, I think it's very, very possible, but I feel like she might be making like deals. Like, I'll do this. They're afraid of me doing this. That's why they'll prosecute me. So I'll stay out of this way. She's essentially like handcuffed right now. Like, she can't really do anything. Yeah.
All right. I have one last question.
Sure.
So Thomas Massey has now come out and said that he is going to co-sign this motion to vacate thing that Marjorie Taylor Greene is doing against the Speaker of the House, Mike Johnson, because he's being a feckless asshole, which everyone knew he was going to be, but here we are. And do you remember the whole clown car show when Kevin McCarthy got removed? And it was amazing, and they had to take like 16 votes.
Yeah.
Well, Thomas Massey is now going on Twitter, and they've lost GOP representation during this because they've been stupid. But Thomas Massey basically put out on Twitter, he was like, maybe Mike Johnson should just resign so that we can all come to an agreement in conference about who's going to be the next speaker. And maybe he could just, get it out of the way so we don't accidentally get a Democrat Speaker of the House, which is a very real possibility.
Right.
So, will Mike Johnson be removed as Speaker of the House?
What's Mike Johnson's fate as Speaker?
What is Mike Johnson's fate as Speaker?
And say when, please?
When?
Let's see. 10 of Cups, Page of Swords,
Ooh.
and Queen of Swords.
No, he's off with his head. Is that literally what it is?
I mean, it's mixed signals here. So you get 10 of Cups, and that's like a completion.
Mm-hmm.
Then you get Page of Swords, which is very, very bad news.
Yeah, Page of Swords sucks.
Terrible. And then you got Queen of Swords, which is, I think it's yet to be determined. I think that with the Queen of Swords, there are going to be arguments made, but there's some things that are happening ahead of him that he's not going to like very much. And a woman, Queen of Swords,
Marjorie.
Because she's a Gemini, I think,
Mm-hmm.
is leading the charge. So I don't think that it's done yet, but he's in for a road. I mean, I think it's going to depend on how not smart she sounds, but how convincing her argument is. But it's not looking good right now.
Marjorie causing trouble, so I guess we'll have to see how that goes. Well, guys, that is all we have for tonight. Joshua, do you have any words of wisdom before we wrap up?
Yeah, we're finalizing eclipse season. We're still in the season because it takes 6 months, but the worst is behind us. I'd like to think we do have a full moon in Scorpio on the 23rd of April, which is next week. And that full moon in Scorpio, it probably will bring some things to a light, but it's a big push of letting go of anything that doesn't feel good, anything that's heavy, anything that's toxic. So then you can enjoy your springtime. Wouldn't that be nice?
It would be nice indeed. Well, guys, we do this every Tuesday night at 9:30. Please come join us again sometime. Please make sure you mount the like button on the way out the door, and you can check in the description below for Joshua's YouTube channel, his Substack, his website, psychicsun.com, if you want private readings or anything like that. We'll see you.
Oh, and a Thursday Night Lights.
And Thursday Night Lights on his channel. Go to his not that. That's not what I wanted to show. That is my behind the scenes thing. That's not it. That's it, but not with Joshua. Yeah. Wait.
It's
there it is. I got the right button.
Shakespeare scopes. We're going to be doing Shakespeare scopes with skeletons. Skeletons, Carlin. Skeletons. You love skeletons.
I do love skeletons.
You're going to love it.
Jesus Christ. I've never seen someone. God damn it. I fucking clicked the wrong thing again. God damn it. I can't do anything right tonight. We need to stop the show. We need to stop the show. I keep clicking the wrong button. God damn it. All right. We're ending the show now because I don't want to show anything else on the screen. I'm not supposed to. See you next time, guys. Bye.
Bye.
God damn it.